Okay, so doing a little brain dump. About I would feel a lot better if I did that without this or without the hair. Yeah, I would feel a lot cooler if I did this vlog while I was while I looked better, if I felt better, if I dressed better. Certain things were better, but I think it's kind of relevant that I'm also doing this now and doing this at any time, because I think it's symbolic of something I'm trying to reinforce, which is just you'll never be perfectly ready, and the best time to start anything is like now. So just ignore the fact that I have like a big ball sack of a beanbag beside me, behind me. It's been there. It's being quarantined. It'll yeah, I'll deal with it once I move out. But anyways, important thing that I wanted to talk about was a couple things. I think the main thing was accepting that Andyland isn't necessarily a concrete place. It's an idea. Andyland is an idea of something that a space that I hold for myself, where all my dreams come true. And I'd like for it to sort of be a bit like Sukuna's domain, where it's a space that I paint onto the world, as if the whole world were my canvas. So I actually did write this down a while back, and I think it kind of flows perfectly with this like thought process of everything is a canvas, including your life. And I think that really has galvanized the way I think about things, because I just came to the realization a couple days ago that Andyland isn't something that I have to wait until I'm like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 to start working on. Andyland is something that I can start like anytime. Like I can start it today. As a matter of fact, I feel like I've already started it. Like I feel like I've already begun to create Andyland, just in the way that I've added posters here, put a poster up here. Like, oh, I'm so glad I finally have that poster now. But basically, start with your room. For me, I'd like to start having Andyland just as a place where my dreams are sacred, and it's a place where my dreams come into fruition. So Andyland is a place where I can sort of just rest and realize that my dreams can be the number one priority. So I think that's what I'd like for Andyland to be, a place where my dreams are the number one priority. And I'd like that mentality that when I walk into my room, when I walk into Andyland, that I am serving myself in whatever goals I put myself towards, whether that be my Sukuna animation, whether that be my sculpting, whether that be my painting, my illustration, music, working on my future in any way. I feel like that should be what Andyland should all be about. It should just be about realizing how much of life is your own canvas to paint on, and allowing your whole room to be your canvas, allowing the life inside your room to be a canvas of your soul, to really express yourself in this room, to just be as much as yourself as you can, because there is really, like, your room is already sort of that. I think a lot of people already see it that way, and it just took me a long time for me to realize that, because I think I haven't really been taught that idea that my room is sacred to me. And I think it's really good for me to sort of like realize that and come to understand that like my room is my room and I can do whatever I want in my room, and it's just a little corner of the world that I can just allow myself to be me as unabashedly as I like to be. And I'd like for that to be sacred, because if my room can't be a place for me to be me, then what is? Like, where is, you know? Like, I can keep expanding outside of my room to be in bigger and bigger Andyland, but if I can't even make my own room to be Andyland, then have I really succeeded in the core basis of even providing a space for myself to be me? So I guess I have lofty ambitions of like having a theme park, of having like turning this into like food trucks, restaurants, art shows and all that, which is all super cool and awesome. But I think it starts here, like in my room. Am I working every day to make Andyland a more Andy place? And that's a good question to ask yourself. Like, is Andyland the place that you feel the most you? And I think that's a good place to start, because I can eventually move on to the living room, the kitchen, the basement, other like studio spaces, other like private offices that I rent out. But like, it really starts here with my room, making the most of that room and doing what I want with that room, because it's my room. It's my room, and it's something that I should hold sacred to myself, because it is really the only space I get to do this. So why not do that to its fullest degree and actually like treat my room as a manifestation of my soul. And I think that's really liberating, to realize that I can actually do that, and realize that my room is my room, that I can do whatever I want with it, and I can have my room express me. And yeah, that's really exciting. I think there's a lot of stuff I'd like to try with my room, but I think I want to start it off by making it sacred to my dreams. So it would be good to maybe write down a couple core tenets that would help me, like creation, freedom, authenticity, just, I don't know, a couple guidelines to work with, to hold sacred, I suppose. So maybe less like guidelines, but then I'd have to think about what I'd really want to hold like fully sacred. But I just think what is sacred is to make it feel right for me. So I think that's the core baseline of asking, what do I want Andyland to look like? What do I want? What is the expression of my soul right now? And I think that is the guiding principle that I want to hold sacred in my room. So, like, I think that involves me dressing my best, making my best work. That involves me immersing myself in whatever media that I like to immerse myself in. That involves me eating what I'd like to eat, reading what I'd like to read, watching what I'd like to watch. I think having that would be a really immensely powerful opportunity for myself. So yeah, I think I'd like that, for that to be just where I'm taking my myself in the future, and to really like allow myself to have like a domain, like in JJK, where in this domain that you have everything is subject to your rules. And I think I like that I have a place where it is subject to my soul, and this room is a place that I have to serve me and whatever my soul wants to express, whatever needs my soul needs, whatever thing my soul wants to create, whatever music, food, media that I would like to create or consume. Yeah. So, I don't know. This is a place for me.